Hello, welcome everybody. Thanks for joining me today. I have been feeling a bit poorly the last few days, so I have got a bit of a bad chest. So I'm hoping you can hear me and my voice holds out for today's class. Just close off the eyes and roll back the shoulders. Really begin to notice your breath. Bring awareness into the body and notice how you're feeling. Start to ground through the sit bones, lengthen through the spine, and lift the crown of the head. Lift the corners of the mouth, bringing a smile to the face. Start to lengthen the inhale, sealing the lips, drawing the breath from the base of the belly, up through the rib cage, expanding the sides of the ribs up to the collarbone. Hold at the top, keeping the lips sealed. Exhale, pushing all the air all the way down to the base of the belly, pushing every last bit of air out. And just release and breathe normally. We're going to do one more of those breaths, pulling deep from the base of the belly, expanding up through the torso to the collarbone. Hold at the top. And exhaling out through the nose. Softening down through the torso, right to the base of the belly. And breathe normally. Slowing down the inhale and exhale helps us to find calm within the body and mind, and brings connection between the body and mind. Do two more now on your own, inhaling fully. Hold at the top of the inhale and exhale. Last one. Now open the eyes. And we're going to do a standing warm-up today, a joint churning warm-up. So if you make your way to standing, and we're going to start at the feet, excuse me. So ground down into both feet, lengthen through the back body, pushing the weight into the left foot, pick up the right foot and just circle the ankle in one direction. Nice and stable through the left leg and the opposite. Now point the toes down and then flex the foot towards the face, pushing out through the heel as you flex and pointing the toes away. Really warming up the whole of the foot here. Bring that foot to stillness, scrunch the toes up really tight and then stretch them really wide. Do two more of those. And release that right foot, shake out the left leg, shake out the right, and then press down into the right foot, lifting up the left and circling that left foot. Really feeling into the ankle and the opposite. Now point and flex on this side, pointing the toes down and pushing out through that left heel. Bring the foot to stillness and scrunch up the toes, spread them wide. And release. So bring the hands onto the knees and just make very small little circles in one direction and the opposite. Five, and then pressing back into that left foot, hands on the hips, bring the right knee parallel with the right hip and just move that foot in and out, backwards and forwards, warming up the knees. And release on the right side, press into the right foot, left knee parallel with the left hip and backwards and forwards. And release. Take the feet a little bit wider than hip width distance and just begin to circle the hips, really nice big circles. Beginning to warm up the whole hip area and the opposite way. Really pushing the pelvis forward and sending the glutes really far behind. Coming back to stillness. Bump the hips side to side. Really take your time, don't rush it, feel into it. It's a really nice movement when you've got tight hips. We're going to do a lot of standing poses today and some hip openers and strengthening. So shaking out both legs, moving up to the shoulders, standing with the feet a little bit closer now. We're going to circle the shoulders up to the ears and down the back. Really bring them up and feel everything open. And the opposite way. Now bring the arms out in front, turn the palms facing up and tap the shoulders with the hands, beginning to warm up through the elbows. And take the arms out to the side and tap the shoulders from this direction. Bring the arms back in front and circle the wrists. And the opposite way. Now bring the fingertips to touch, palms aren't connected, but just pulse the fingertips together, warming into the finger joints. We use them so much in our practice. It's always good to give them a bit of TLC before we start. And release the hands, shake out the arms. And we're going to warm up the neck now with some nose circles. So lifting the nose up and dropping it down, bringing the chin to the chest. Try not to tilt the head too much. Nice slow movements. Last one, and take it to the opposite side. And back to neutral. Roll the shoulders back and away and just slowly move the head to the right, looking over the right shoulder. Maybe send the left fingertips down towards the mat so you can feel that stretch through the left side of the neck. And back through centre and over to the left side. Right fingertips pointing down, really opening through the right side. And release. Should be feeling a little bit warmer now, so we're going to come to the top of our mat and start with sun salutations. So stand in mountain pose, lift the toes, lift the heels, ground down into all four corners of the feet. Hands spread nice and wide, lengthen through the back body and lifted through the crown of the head. Find stability here. Find your strength in mountain. Really inhale and exhale deeply through the nose. Next, inhale, bring the hands to heart center. Exhale, bow the head. Inhale, circle the arms, reach through the fingertips, squeeze the glutes in back bend and forward fold. Drop the crown of the head here, bend the knees as much as you need. In forward fold. Stepping back with the right, knee lifted, pushing out through the right heel. Close off the eyes and feel into that right hip. Inhaling and exhaling. Drop the right knee, keep the toes tucked. Inhale here and exhale, send the hips back. Nose to knee, half split. Inhale forward, exhale half split. Inhale forward, exhale half split. Moving back to the front. Lift the right knee, stepping back, plank pose. Finding length through the back of the neck, pressing into the fingertips and the juicy parts of the thumbs, pushing out through the heels. Cores engaged. Inhale, pressing back into downward dog. Pedaling the feet slowly, pushing the heels down towards the mat. And opening up through the back of the legs. Press into the hands, bring the feet to stillness, heels towards the mat, hips towards the ceiling. Crown of the head down towards the mat. Inhale, sweep the right leg up, step the right through to front, runner's lunge. Pushing out through the left heel, knee lifted. Close off the eyes. Drop the left knee. Bend that left knee, bringing the left heel in towards the glutes, reaching back with the right arm, opening out through the chest, twisting into the waist, looking back at the foot. Inhale and exhale. Release the foot, release the hand, tuck the toes and step through to forward fold. Release the crown of the head. Pressing into both feet, slow rise, back up to standing, circle the arms, squeeze the glutes in back bend, and hands to heart center. Find connection to your breath, pushing the thumbs into the sternum, lifting the chest, lifting the crown of the head. Moving to do the left side. Inhale, exhale, bow the head. Inhale, circle the arms, reach the fingers, squeeze the glutes, and forward fold. Drop the crown of the head, maybe straighten the legs a little bit more than the other side now. Release the crown. Step the left back, runner's lunge, knee lifted, pushing out through the heel. Close the eyes. Drop the left knee, keeping the toes tucked. Inhale, exhale, send the hips back, half split. Inhale forward, exhale back. Last one. Plant both hands, lift the left knee, step back into plank pose. Pushing out through the heels, pressing into the fingertips. Find connection to your breath. Lift from the hips back into downward facing dog. Pedal the feet. Pressing strong into the hands. Bring the feet to stillness, heels towards the mat, hips towards the sky. Crown of the head towards the mat. Inhale, sweep the left leg up. Exhale, stepping through to front, runner's lunge. Close the eyes, lift the corners of the mat. Drop the right knee. Bend the right knee, bring the right heel in. Send the left hand back. Find that foot or gaze back at the left foot. Right foot, sorry. Opening out through the left side of the chest. And release. Press it into the hands, lift the right knee and step through to forward fold, drop the crown of the head. Pressing into the feet, slow rise, all the way to standing. Circle the arms up and overhead, squeeze the glutes in back bend, and hands to heart center. Or just have a shake out and do some hip circles in one direction and the opposite before coming back to the tops of our mat. And we're going to do a short warrior sequence, a warrior variation. So feet hip width distance, pressing down into the feet. Finding your stability and strength once again in mountain pose. Palms open, fingers spread. Slight lift in the chest and a lift in the crown of the head. Find connection to your breath. Slow the inhale right down and the exhale. Bring the hands to the hips, step back with the right, toes pointed towards the top right corner of the mat, bending into the left knee, knee above the ankle, hips facing front, pushing into the outer edge of that right foot. Inhale to circle the arms up and overhead. Fingers interlaced, index fingers pointing up towards the ceiling. Really pressing into both feet. Drawing up the energy and the strength through the soles of the feet and the legs. In Warrior One. Release the arms down to shoulder height. Inhale and exhale here. Inhale, straighten the left leg, reach the arms up and overhead. Exhale, bending back into that left knee, dancing warrior. Inhale to lift, exhale to bend back into the knee. Last one. Bending back into the knee, opening out to the right side. Arms at shoulder height, gazing over the left middle finger. Legs stay exactly where they are. Really opening out through the chest. Hips are facing to the right side. Really strong pose in Warrior Two. Connect to your breath. Move the left hand, flip the palm, reverse the warrior. Reaching the left hand back, out through the fingertips, legs stay exactly where they are. Strong through the feet. Try and stay connected to your breath. Left elbow to the left knee. Right arm up and overhead. Feeling that stretch from the outside of the right foot all the way to the right fingertips. Gazing up at the ceiling. Use the core now to lift yourself up and to prepare for triangle. Make any adjustments you need. The left heel should be in line roughly with the arch of the right foot. Strong pushing into the feet in both directions. Bring the arms to shoulder height, gazing over that left hand. Move the left hand forward, drop the left hand to the left shin, shoulders stacked on one another. Gazing up at the right hand. Body should feel like it's in between two panes of glass. In triangle. Now frame the left foot with both hands, pivot on the right foot, take one full step in, drop the nose to knee in pyramid pose, pulling that left hip crease back. So hips are squared to the front of the mat. Strong through the legs. Really release the chest down towards the left thigh. A bend into the left knee, step the right to meet the left, forward fold. Release the crown of the head. Pressing into the feet, really slow rise. Head's the last thing to come up. Shoulders back and away. Circle the arms, reach through the fingers. Squeeze the glutes in back bend. Hands to heart center. Well done. The warriors are very good for strengthening, good for our bones and our muscles. So now we'll do the left side. Roll the shoulders. Strong through the soles of the feet, pressing into all four corners. Inhale to bring the hands to heart center. Find connection to your breath. Bring the hands to the hips, stepping back with the left. Left toes pointing towards the top corner of the mat, bending into the right knee above the ankle, hips facing forward. Circle the arms up and overhead, fingers interlaced, index finger pointing up towards the ceiling. Strong into the outer edge of the back foot, strong into the front foot, lifting from the hips in Warrior One. Release the arms to shoulder height, keeping the hips facing forward, open through the collarbone. Inhale to straighten the right leg, lift the arms. Exhale to bend, dancing warrior. Keep moving with your own breath. Two more. This time, bring the hands up and overhead and opening out to the left side, looking over the right hand, left hand's back, right hand's forward. Hips are now facing the side, open through the chest in Warrior Two. Nice and strong through the feet. Active through the core. Flip the palm, reverse your warrior. Right hand's up and overhead, left hand down towards the left shin or thigh. One more breath. Drop the right elbow to the right knee, reaching out through the left fingertips, gazing up at the ceiling, strong through the left side, pushing into the outer edge of the left foot. Use the core to lift yourself up, prepare for triangle, adjust if you need to. Bring the arms to shoulder height, reach that front hand forward, drop the hand to the shins, stack the shoulders, body's in one straight line from the crown of the head to the hips. Really connect to your breath, lift the corners of your mouth, send that signal to your brain. Cartwheel the hands to frame the front foot, pivot on the left foot, one whole step in, into pyramid, pull the right hip crease back to square the hips and drop the nose to the knee. Two more breaths here. Step the left foot to meet the right at the front, forward fold. Really release the crown of the head and bend the knees generously here. Drop the hips towards the mat and really slow rise, notch by notch, unraveling the spine. Shoulders back and away. Circle the arms, squeeze the glutes in back bend and hands to heart center. And shake it out. These are quite strong and powerful poses, so they do generate a lot of heat within your body. So now we're going to come to the center of our mat, ground down into the feet. Excuse me, I'm just going to get some water. Right. Ground down into the feet, feet together. Lift the arms up and overhead. Bend to the right. Really feel into that bend through the left side, opening everything out. Inhale back up to centre. Bend to the left. Opening through the right side. Close the eyes. Lifting back up to the centre. Take the arms out wide. Take the legs out wide. In star pose. Pushing into the outer edges of the feet. Reaching out through the fingers. Staying here for 3 breaths. Full body pose. Tailbones tucked. Slight lift of the chest. Bring the hands to the hips. And we're going to do a wide-legged fold. So send the sit bones behind you. Release the head nice and slowly. Adjust the feet if you need to. Release the head nice and slowly down towards the mat. Fingers facing forwards. Crown of the head is released. I'm going to stay here for 3 breaths. Lift up halfway and heel toe the feet in towards each other, moving into a yogi squat. Drop the tailbone down towards the mat. Push the elbows into the knees. Find a lift in the chest. Crown of the head lifted. Close off the eyes and just let the hips release. Drop the sit bones, bring the hands behind you, and let's do some windscreen wipers to release the hips. Nice and slowly. Almost feels like a massage for the hips when they're doing a lot of work for us. So moving into butterfly. Bring the soles of the feet to touch. Feet can be in close or away, whatever feels good for you. Separate the sit bones. Lengthen through the spine. You can hold on to the shins, the ankles, the feet, whatever feels good for you. And start to flutter the knees. Really nice and opening. It kind of takes a bit of the pressure out of the hips if you do move the feet away. So just listen to your body and do what's right for you. Slowly bring the knees to stillness. And we're going to lift the shoulders back and away. Circle the arms up and overhead and move into a nice easy twist on the right side. Sending that left knee down towards the mat. Try not to let it lift too much. And use the left hand as a lever to help you into the twist. But don't force anything. Right hand is as close to the base of the spine as you can. Inhale to lengthen and lift through the back body, and exhaling to move into that twist. Last breath here. Release on the right side. Circle the arms up and overhead and move the twist onto the left side. Left hand near the base of the spine, right hand helping you twist. Send the right knee down towards the mat if you can, but don't force anything. Two more breaths. And release back round to the centre. Take the left leg out long. Bring the right sole of the foot to connect with the inner left thigh. Roll the shoulders. Now hinging from the hips. We're going to lift the arms and hinge from the hips, moving forward. Dropping the chest towards the left thigh. Moving the crown of the head towards the left foot. You can put a micro bend in the left knee if you need to. And just let everything open, soften and release using the breath. In a fold. Last breath here. And place the hands down and slowly unravel the spine. Roll the shoulders back and away. We'll just shake out both legs before we do the other side. Right leg out, left foot connected with the right thigh. Keeping the right foot flexed towards the face. Inhale, circle the arms up and overhead, and exhale, moving forward with the crown. Release the chest and heart down towards the right thigh. Keeping that right foot flexed, left knee down towards the mat. Inhale to edge yourself forward, and exhale to soften and release. Two more breaths. And slowly move the hands back, roll up through the spine. Roll the shoulders back and away. And now we'll keep both legs out in front, feet flexed towards the face. Separate the sit bones. Slight lift in the chest, lift in the crown of the head. Circle the arms. Moving forward from the hips, moving the crown of the head towards the feet. Release the chest, release the head. Hands can be holding onto the feet or at the side of the legs. Just use your breath to find that calm, find your centre. Know your body is capable and strong. And just release. You're going to do two more breaths. And then slowly roll up through the spine. Hands behind you. For support, just shake out the legs. Well done, you're doing amazing. So keep the left leg out in front, foot flexed. Bring the right foot over the left knee. Bring the arms up and overhead and taking hold of the right knee with the crook of the left elbow, right hand to the base of the spine, moving into a right side twist. Really pull that right thigh in towards the body. Keeping the left leg flexed, left foot flexed, sorry. Last breath here. And release on the right side, and we'll go straight onto the left side. Left foot over the right knee, right foot's flexed, arms up and overhead, right elbow hugging that left knee, and left hand at the base of the spine. Inhale to lengthen and lift, and exhale to soften and twist from the waist. Last breath here. And release. Shake the legs out. And we're going to move onto our backs. Moving into any position that is comfortable. Separating the shoulders, feet out long. Make any adjustments to make yourself comfortable, which is what I should have said. So separate the shoulders so the back is fully connected. Bring the feet together. We're going to start by circling the arms overhead, reaching out through the fingers, pointing the toes away, and just enjoy a full body stretch. And release the hands back down to the side. Release the legs. Let's do 2 more of those. Inhale, reach away through the fingers and the toes. Really feel the whole body open. And release. Last one. And release the hands, release the legs. So bringing the feet back into butterfly. Pressing the soles of the feet in together. Excuse me. Palms are face down at the side of the hips. I'm sorry about this. Pushing into the soles of the feet, really strong and active. And using the elbows, not the palms. As you inhale, slowly lift the hips, pressing into the feet. Keeping the knees open nice and wide. Lift the hips as high as you can. And then slowly lower the spine back down onto the mat. And releasing the hips in butterfly bridge. Let's do 4 more of those. Inhale, lift the hips, keeping the knees wide, lifted as high as you can, and releasing back down to the mat. Nice and slow and controlled. 3 more. 2. Last one. And release. And this time we're going to lift and hold. So press into the feet, press into the elbows, lift the hips as high as you can and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, pushing into the soles of the feet, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release everything back down to the mat. Bring the knees into the chest. Really squeeze them in. The hips have done a lot of work today. Pull the thighs in towards the torso and rock side to side. Massaging the lower back. Releasing the hips. So now we're going to plant the left foot down onto the mat, placing the right ankle across the left knee. Lift the left foot and reach the hands through the gap to hold onto the left thigh in a figure 4 or a supine pigeon, and just pull that left thigh in towards the body. We're not going to hold for too long here before changing to the other side. And release. Change the legs, change the hands, holding onto the right thigh, pulling the thigh in towards the chest. And release. Take the legs out long. Move both heels over to the right corner of the mat, and then edge the right shoulders over to the right edge of the mat. Take the arms up and overhead. Join the hands in prayer and reach the arms out to the right side in right side banana. Enjoying that stretch all the way from the left ankle up to the fingertips, all through the left side of the body. Closing off the eyes. Move the heels back through the centre. Take the shoulders and the hands over to the left side and the heels over to the left side. Reach the hands away. Close the eyes and slow down your breath. Feel that stretch all through the right side. Moving back into the centre of the mat. Bring the knees back into the chest. Hug them tightly in. We're really going to slow it down now by moving into a supine twist. Palms facing up, arms at shoulder height. Going to drop the knees over to the right side, take the gaze over to the left side. And just let your body release. Stay focused on your breath and start to let go of the practice. We're staying here for 1 minute. Just under 30 seconds to go. This is your time. You've shown up for yourself. Done the heat generating practice, and now it's time to stay focused on you, your body, your breath. As everything slows down, inhale, bring the knees into the chest, and exhale, take it straight to the other side. Let knees to the left, gaze to the right. Spending 1 minute here. Fifteen seconds. Now bring the knees back in for one last hug. Really tight squeeze. And release. Take the legs out long. Just let the feet fall naturally. Tuck the chin towards the chest to create some length through the back of the neck. Palms facing upwards at the side of the body. Adjust yourself to find a position where you can really fully let today's practice settle with you, with your mind and with your body. Feel the weight of the head held by the mat. Allow the back of the neck to soften and release. Relax the skin on the face, the forehead, the area between the brows. Release the jaw. Hold no tension in the face. Allow the shoulders, the upper back, the middle back and the lower back to melt heavy into the mat. Release the arms, the elbows, the forearms, and the wrists, fully relaxed. Fingers fold effortlessly. The glutes, thighs, the calves, heavy and relaxed. The ankles, the soles of the feet, the tops of the feet, all 10 toes, fully relaxed. The front of the body feels light and airy as you allow yourself this time for your body and mind to rebalance after showing up for you. Show gratitude to yourself for that today. You deserve this time. Begin to move the fingers, the toes. Feel the body begin to waken. Don't rush, but whenever you feel ready, roll onto your right side and pause. Move back into a comfortable seated position in your own time. And bring the hands to the heart center. Lightly pressing into the sternum. Feel that connection one last time before we move into our day, between our body and mind. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste. Thank you.